The bubble is bursting. Everybody abandon ship. We are sinking. Hello and welcome to your weekly news dump. I'm Artem, CEO of Akord Properties, and this is your weekly news of real estate and finance in Dubai, and possibly globally, and possibly whatever else have interested me this week. Please like and subscribe, and let's get into the news. This week, most importantly, was me being sick. I've been sick all week. I have been out of the office for a couple of days only. That's the best I can afford when I'm sick. Absolutely horrible. Spent the whole week breathing with exclusively my mouth.
She was probably, I'm sorry, can you stop breathing so loud, honey? He's like, breathe quietly.
It's not too bad really, because I think I'm on the way back to recovery. And massive thanks to my family members who flew in on a plane, picked up some rare bug and gave it to me. So it goes from me just feeling like crap, to me feeling like crap and congested, to me feeling like crap and having coughing fits.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great. Incredible week, exciting. Good news, managed to get to the barber shop, probably infected them as well. Not very socially aware of me, but oh well. That was the only chance I had in 2 months to get to the barber shop, really. And no, I still haven't fixed my car, so we're still seeing what happens first. Do I fix my car or do I die in a horrible fiery crash? We'll find out. Market and sales are not going the fastest right now, not gonna lie. We are in the middle of a lot of deals, but we are finalizing them, and this is just partially due to general, admin stuff, and it takes a while to finalize deals. Takes a while to pull the plugs for a lot of people. There's also not many good off-plan launches, so our off-plan sales are a little stagnated. There's not many things we can offer as good investment and good consciousness in this week, at least. And there will be a bit more on that in the news as it happened. Apparently, I'm not the only one who experienced that. The off-plan is a bit off lately. Otherwise it's great. I actually finalized the initial pilot run of our new product. This is designed for people who actually buy the properties as end users rather than investors. So if you're looking to relocate to Dubai, you're looking for property for yourself, this is a product for you, not as much of a product for somebody looking to do rentals, because there are similar products for renters, but as I talk you through, I'll explain why we're not exactly that. So what I call it is a Turnkey Plus. So when you get your apartment in UAE, you get basic surface finishing, and you usually get some basic kitchen furniture and fully fitted bathrooms. So what we do from there is we make it fully turnkey. But when we usually say turnkey, we mean that you're going to have all of your appliances, you're going to have some electronics like a TV, you're going to have all your furnishings, those things, right? Maybe repaint the walls, maybe retouch the interior a bit more to your liking. I'm actually taking it a step further. This is actually the true turnkey product. What happens is we work with you to get you to the point at the end of the day where you arrive at the airport, you come to your apartment, we pick you up from your airport, bring you to your apartment, give you the keys, the access cards, explain how they work. Maybe if you're not too tired and the flight wasn't too rough on you, show you exactly where the pool and the gym are and all the amenities so you don't get lost. You enter your apartment and you had bed line already on your bed with a spare kit in storage, ready for you, already washed properly. You have all the detergents, you have forks, knives, all the cutlery, you have all the dishes you would ever need. You have toothbrushes and toothpaste. Simple things like, toilet paper. I mean, you need toilet paper, you need napkins, right? And those things never come with a turnkey property, and here you get in that. You get in maybe some snacks in the fridge and a nice supply of water to get you started. All of that. So it's a truly unique product in the terms of you actually moving in without any hustle of setting up home. There are packages like that provided for people who do short-term rent, because when you do weekly, you do Airbnb, everything should be in place there, right? And they do that, but those are fixed packages, fully designed to be cost-effective, not necessarily designed to appeal to you personally or to your personal taste. So we are right now after a first test run. We've done it fully custom. Unfortunately, fully custom is extremely time consuming and it's expensive. That's one of our findings from the test run. Entering the beta, we will have 3 tiers for each type of product within your home, be it furniture, finishings upgrades. Finishing upgrades going to go from nothing to retouch the paint, to retouch the paint, add some moldings, add some accent pieces, right? For example, in the apartment we've delivered, we have a whole nice stained oak feature wall. This is not very cheap, but looks absolutely stunning, completely changes the look of apartment. Well worth it if you really want to have something you feel special, and outside of that, what else is there is furnishings. Once again, furnishings will be 3 semi-standard tiers. We will obviously see some options and maybe some design options we will offer you depending on your personal preference. And in general, the interior design, the furnishing, the upgradability, all of those will be always semi-custom to the customer, because so many decisions are involved are based on the personal tastes, and it will be way more expensive than having the same furniture at a discount as you'll see in every Airbnb in town. Obviously, it's going to be more expensive, so when you're making investments and you're just trying to extract the most value out of your apartment as short-term rent, our solution doesn't make sense. Our people are too good for that. I'm sorry. We're also working how we can completely make it smart home ready. So every appliance in your home, every light bulb, every LED strip, every piece of electronics, speakers, TV, etc., the lock, temperature controls, the doorbell, all will be smart home ready for you. We are trying to set up that as well, but that ties in with only one issue we could not resolve, really. The one issue we could not resolve was pre-arranging your internet connection for you. Unfortunately, the customer, who will be the owner and paying the bills for internet connection, has to be there and has to have their identification documents on them. This is a hurdle we cannot escape. This is the law, and the only way we work around that is we will let you use 4G based internet modem provided by us for the first week or two while you're waiting for the local company to come and install you proper wired internet connection, proper broadband. Otherwise, more coming. We'll be working on the whole website and the web page for this service. So that was a very long intro spiel. Let's get into actual news. Dubai is home to 201 Centi-Millionaires and 15 Billionaires. I mean, when we compare this number to New York and London, it is still low. It is still low, but if you take it as a proportion of population, I do remind you, Dubai's population is yet to hit 5 million. Is yet to hit 5 million. Compared to Moscow, which is quadruple that, to New York, which is triple that, to London, which is double that. This is a lot of high net worth individuals per capita. A lot. And Dubai is currently developing this way. It's developing as kind of a refuge for global elite. It's developing as this area where they try to attract a wealthier resident than most. And because they are designing it from ground up for wealthier people, if you got your wealth, it's a good place to be. But funnily enough, honestly, city being this wealth-oriented is still pretty well balanced. Anybody from our low-level, entry-level kind of salary, administrative staff, to our top brokers who will have over tenfold salary difference, right? Both feel like they're enjoying their lives here, like they're being entertained, like they have things to do. Dubai does not discriminate you all that much based on your income. I do remember myself as a young professional in London. You feel extremely quickly how London is very much a rich person's playground. If you're making under $1 million a year in London, you're surviving, you're just paying bills. You cannot afford to have fun all that much. Like, you can afford a pub, but you cannot go to nice restaurants. You cannot enjoy yourself having drinks with some nice views, etc. Where in Dubai, let's say, there are entertainment and quality of life options at virtually any income level, and this is so valuable. It's incredible how they do it. The only other place I've seen it done is Moscow. Before the things we know happened, was actually quite good at it, but unfortunately Moscow is stuck with the rest of Russia, so not anymore. So we go with the scariest news of the week. Dubai real estate slowdown. Oh my God. The bubble is bursting. Everybody abandon ship. We are sinking. What really is happening is, compared to last year's September, this September recorded 8.3% less transactions in transaction volume. In value, it's actually been more in value, but less in volume. And the off-plan sales dipped 41%. That's exactly what is responsible for the whole of the dip in the general transaction volume is the off-plan. Why is that? Because last September there was a lot of really cool off-plan launches right in the September. In the September, they've been launching some Peninsula apartments from Select Group. I'm pretty sure they were launching something with the Blue Waters Islands as well. Were a few pound launches. There were launches in downtown. There were launches in Creek. Right now, this this month, this September, there weren't many good off-plan launches. The most hyped up launch was the Palm Jebel Ali, and we talked at length about it. I don't think it's great. I'm not a big fan. I have people spending hours explaining to me why I'm wrong. I'm yet to be convinced. If you think I'm wrong, leave your comment. If you know your stuff, we'll be happy to get you in our studio on a podcast. Tell us why it's great. Happy to listen. Drop us a line. We actually having Dubai South developing currently and being the main focus for developers, and Dubai South needs to gain momentum before people start being comfortable investing in it. So obviously it sells a bit slower on the off plan because of that. That's the reason why. I can see right out of the box just reading it. I got the news in today, literally an hour ago, so I'm going off what I know. Maybe there's something deeper in there, but really it doesn't seem like it's as scary of the news as it is. And honestly, the whole article is like few lines of, yeah, there's a drop. Those are percentages. My other thing is, if we look at the last September, we had influx of newbie buyers. A lot of buyers who didn't have their brokers, who didn't have their experience, who didn't have all this media resource which since built up around it, like me or people way more popular than me talking about off-plan and talking honestly. They were less than honest selling of off-plan with promises of being able to sell it once you paid 30% of the property value and you can sell it for incredible profits, making 25% on your actual investment, right? That's what people been promised. These have never happened because this would never have happened, that anybody with good reason at the time would have told you it would not happen. People who promise that are liars. People who promise that have lied to their customers, and I cannot stand with that. And we see a lot of people trying to now sell their off-plan purchases before they're being completed because they didn't actually have the money to pay for all the installments, actually risking to lose them. Honestly, I do feel bad for those guys, and I am quite upset they ended up in this situation on one hand. On another hand, I mean, they should have done their due diligence. They rushed headfirst into the market. They trusted some random guy whose motivation, please remember, we're brokers, our motivation is to sell you something, right? We are getting commission when we make a sale. Our motivation is not necessarily in financial sense to guide you through the purchase, but it's to complete it, and complete it in the fastest, most efficient way possible, right? This way we make our hour of work the most valuable. I have slightly different approach. I opted for long term. I believe the best hour spent is hour spent getting a regular customer who we can be in partnership for all foreseeable future. And this way you are saving a lot of effort on a future acquisition, on finding another person to trick, right? I believe this drop in off-plan sales means that we got rid of the unhealthy off-plan sales. We just get into a healthier market. So it's actually great news. I'm not running away from Dubai anytime soon. I'm not grabbing my money and running off to Cambodia. Or am I? Anyway, off to the next news. This article is discussion on what 1 million gets you in Dubai. And the simple answer, less than it did last year. To be precise, 23% less than it did last year. It's went from about 1,500 square feet. It went down to 1,100 square feet. Or in terms of other cities, let's take New York, Hong Kong, and London, who are about equal in their prices. This is triple of what you get in New York, Hong Kong, or London. It used to be quadruple. Simple as that. It used to be 4 times, now it's 2 to 3 times, right? And seeing that, it's still great value proposition. It's still a lot of property for your money compared to other large cities, to other global hubs. And of course, yeah, there's Dubai summer, but have you been to London in any time of the year? Is there good weather in London at any time of the year? Please tell me, because I spent more than a decade living in London and I haven't seen good weather there. Well, I seen it once and I went to a park. That's about it. The other part of value proposition they discussing is that Dubai is currently growing when everybody else experiencing a downward market correction. And once again, me looping back to the market bubble. You say that Dubai has market bubble, but then you see it's a third of the prices of London, a third of the prices of New York. I think it's still growing healthily. When it will be 30% discount from New York, we can start talking about it being the real value, okay? And by then, the Dubai will be a better value proposition because the city is developing at light speeds and probably will have space to equalize with London, New York, and Hong Kong. So this is where you need to see your properties heading long term to those prices, because living in a hub at the end of the day is a global market, and at the end of the day all hubs tend to equalize to the same market value with corrections for local events. So this article talks about Dubai actually having their inmates compete at the international online chess tournament. And on a serious note, absolutely great. I think inmates should be treated humanely as much as it is possible without going into unreasonable territory where we are ending up giving them hotel catering. But I believe treating people humanely should be the default, and that's great. Otherwise, obviously, Dubai's prisons actually have incredible intellectual potential. A lot of people you'll find in Dubai prisons are there for financial crimes, right? Are there for crimes associated with being sketchy while running their business, right? And those guys are actually tend to be pretty smart, and they only get caught when they get too cocky, because they got away from it to the point where they lied enough to go to prison, not just get deported, which is impressive in its own right, to be honest. And it's good they are putting those brains to some action and letting those guys, use their brains for a bit, not just sit on a bench and look at the wall, The results I'm not sure about. I think these news are just kind of funny because one of the guys in the picture, I swear, is not me, although the one guy with blurred out face looks a lot like me. It looks like I've been to prison recently, but I swear I did not. To prove that, you can see previous news. I've been here every week, except for a couple weeks there, but no, I did not spend them in prison. I just couldn't record the news because I was in Romanian village. So yeah, inmates play online chess, show good results. Great. To next news. Time Out Dubai has a list of 7 unofficial dishes of Dubai, and quite frankly, they're on point. Those are the things you see all over the place. Those are what's trending in the city, because you can imagine with Hindu population, with Muslim populations, with so many cultures clashing, the dietary styles get mixed, and you result with some different food culture, really. It doesn't mean you can't get bacon in Dubai. You can quite easily. There's a door which says for non-Muslims, in which you walk into and get whatever pork products you would ever want. The choice is quite decent. Dubai has any food on the face of the earth. Like, I can be ordering Italian and fish and chips one day, or Chinese takeaway, or I can be heading out to top French restaurants for foie gras. I can be going to Burak for Turkish food, and Turkish food is always the winner, let's be honest here. Turks know about their food. Good on them. Especially, once again, you're in Dubai, check out Burak. Portions are massive, don't expect to finish them, but order a lot because everything tastes so good, you need to try everything, right? So, on to the foods. So, the first one is, of course, burrata. They put it on everything. It's on pizza, it's on burgers, it's on pasta, it's on ice cream, right? You'll find it everywhere. It's probably favorite Italian cheese here. I'm not sure why, but I mean, it tastes pretty good. Nothing to object here, right? Just a little weird that they would put burrata on anything. So burgers, obviously burgers are everywhere, but in Dubai, it feels like an arms race, right? Everybody's coming out with a new, bigger burger. And quite frankly, I'm not a big fan because I like my smash burgers with thin patties, with a lot of Maillard reaction, with a lot of browning, with not too many toppings. Where here you start getting people trying to be different for the sake of being different, and you get those monstrosities of the burger with a pate as thick as your fist, right? Don't like it, don't care for it. Also, putting Wagyu meat in a burger is pointless, doesn't improve the flavor at all, just makes it watery. Miso black cod, yeah, very much a Dubai thing. I mean, you'll see it in other restaurants and in other countries, but how popular it is here as a dish is incredible. First of all, no matter your dietary requirements, unless you're vegetarian or vegan, you can have it, right? So it's on every menu, and in general, in every Pan-Asian or Japanese, in a lot of cases, even Chinese restaurants, you'll see that on the menu. Next one is shawarma. What can I say about shawarma? It's beautiful, it's stunning. For me, I have a special place in my heart for shawarma because growing up in Moscow, that was the most popular street food. Although it was very different in Moscow because it's Armenian style. Still, can't imagine a city where shawarma wouldn't be popular. I couldn't live there. Spicy tudamaki, actually don't care for it whatsoever. Next. Truffle pizza. I mean, it's Dubai. Truffle is expensive. Put expensive things on other things is kind of Dubai's modus operandi. And yeah, truffle pizza is a thing. When done well, is actually quite delicious. Although I believe truffle is kind of lost a little on the pizza. And they would usually use the cheaper truffles, which just taste like cardboard, really. They do taste like cardboard. And the final one is the big, strong winner. Wagyu katsu sandos. What you don't get a lot for some reason in Europe especially is sandos. Japanese style sandos of whatever style, right? Be it chicken katsu sando, wagyu katsu sando. You don't get a lot of them. They're not very popular, I would say. And this is a huge, huge mistake. This is the best way to make sandwich. Verifiably, the best possible sandwich is a sando. Everything else is worse. And honestly, I'm spending way too much time on food, which is ironic coming from a fat guy. But what can I say? Dubai is a brilliant place to go and have a dinner or have a takeout or meet your friends for lunch. Local gastronomic scene is actually growing. It's doing so well. It's incredible. New awesome restaurants opening every other week. A lot of Michelin star restaurants in the city. A lot of just simple grabs, but delicious grabs, right? And this is important. I think this really, really, really means that the city is alive and city is developing. Because when you see restaurants closing, when you see not many new things coming onto the scene gastronomically, usually that means there's not much influx of the money, of new people, of new cultures in the city, and that means the city is dying. So, I'm speaking about the katsu sandwiches, right? Obviously, but what's important is what's behind that. Behind that is the city which is booming and which is living. So meanwhile in the UK, obviously with new King Charles III, new currency should be issued as per tradition, and they designed the new coins, and frankly, I absolutely love the new designs. I'm looking at them. I was going to make some jokes because the headline says it will help children add up, which my response is simply, you know what's going to help children add up? Actually teaching them decent maths. Outside of further maths in A-level, the maths they teach in UK is hilariously under-equipped. It's hilariously easy. You can take people much further in their math and deductive skills in schools without all that much effort. Many countries do. But beyond the point, the new designs are featuring some local animals, plants, and wildlife, and have really cool patterns, really cool modern designs. I believe they look absolutely stunning. Big shout out to whoever designed it, whoever was approving this design. Great call on your side, guys. Absolutely loving the designs. Superb, absolutely superb. Knowing the speed things are happening, your children will still be getting the lazy coins, but once in a while now you're gonna start getting this new, really cool looking coin, and probably your day gonna be a little bit better that way. Great, why not? So this one talks about new Zuma Beach Club in La Mer. That's great. It's one of the first forays of Zuma into beach clubs, but it's a great brand. They usually get things right. They're probably going to get it right. And it talks about La Mer. La Mer is being fully redesigned, and I think it's going to be one of the best destinations by the end of this winter, by the end of this beach season. It will be one of the best places to be in the whole of Dubai for at least a beachfront entertainment. It used to be a bit of abandoned and weird, like, it was alright, but the beach was kind of dirty and overcrowded, the restaurants were kind of boring, but you cannot keep location like that, especially that close from downtown. That's where you can actually have a swim in the sea while seeing the Burj Khalifa. This place is supposed to be the best of the best, and it probably will be now. That's great news. Not sure what to add there. Zuma are great. The development is great. No way you're getting an apartment there for a reasonable price, so don't even bother. Otherwise, great news. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. That means a lot to us. That means a lot to YouTube promoting us. Please like our videos, subscribe to us. We'll be making many more videos and launching new types of content very soon. See you next week.